Hello, I'm Elvira, or Elvi for short. I'm really excited to talk about these cute, cozy, relaxing, wholesome type of games with you today. Some of these games are really high up when it comes to the crime meter, while others aren't. Let's just get right into it, shall we? First game we're gonna talk about today is Teacup. It's an adventure and casual type of game. You play as the shy, introverted frog, Teacup, who suddenly run out of tea, which is kinda a disaster because her tea party is coming up shortly. She doesn't really have a choice, but she has to get out of her comfort zone, which is staying at home reading and drinking tea. You will be following her journey into the local community searching for herbs. Playing as her, you get to do different tasks and puzzles to get herbs in return, as well as getting to know the interesting animals around the little pond. This game doesn't have one clear road to follow. You're able to walk in your own pace and choose which direction you want to go first. If you like relaxing, wholesome puzzle games with beautiful artwork, then this game could be for you. Game number 2 is Alba, a wildlife adventure. It's basically a fairy tale game. It's a pretty short but also rememberable game. Can be played through in a couple of hours or so. Alba visits her grandparents on this lovely island. She expects to use the summer vacation to play with her friend Ines, but something catches their attention. The wildlife. The animals are in danger. We'll be fixing broken and faded stuff around the island, fighting a case of keeping the island a nature reserve, and you will be helping out with the residents and the animals in several different ways. Game number 3, When the Past Was Around. It's a fairy tale and indie game. The game have a really beautiful art style and the music is clearly violin focused, which fits the storyline. It's simply a point and click puzzle game. You meet the young woman Ira. She's in her early 20s, feeling lost in her life situation, which is not that uncommon for people in their first years of adulthood. She had played the violin ever since she was a kid. It was like she had lost the spark in a sense. But something, or someone, turned it all around. The game has a really meaningful, symbolic storyline where you get to learn about how she met Owl. Owl's music is music to her ears. It might sound silly, but you will understand what I mean if you ever play through this game. Ida seems insecure about showing her own music talent in front of Owl, but he tries his best to comfort her. The romance between them are shown through the small things. The details are well thought out. Ida's feelings gets expressed in a unique way throughout the game. It's no doubt how she feels at every moment. If she's happy, intrigued, angry, or upset, you will see it in the environment as well. The fourth game, The Last Campfire. It's like an adventure puzzle game in this universe. You meet lots of lost souls that have abandoned their hope and purpose in life. You play as the character Ember. Ember tries her best to help as many lost souls as possible while discovering the forest, swamps, and caves. The lost embers you manage to help get collected around a campfire. It's many different puzzles. It's like no particular order and difficulty. Not like from easy and to more and more difficult. But I guess it's different from one person to another what they view as difficult. Shout out to Blushy Yuki from Instagram for sharing the joy of this game with me. Game number 5. My Brother Rabbit. It's an adventure, indie, and casual game. You get put into this surrealistic world within the view of a childlike imagination. This game is literally the definition of a puzzle game. That was at least my first impression of the game. I have to admit I got stuck a few times while playing it, You're playing as a rabbit, who's actually a human boy, aka the brother of the sick sister that you get to know through the game. They use their imagination together to escape the hostile outside world. For each part of the process, you need to find selected items to get to the next. It's a lot of clicking to find the necessary items. The items are sometimes really well hidden. Now we come to the sixth game, The Last Day of June. It's an adventure game, indie and puzzle. It's a lot of puzzles in this list. The game is centered around the couple Carl and June. They are unlucky enough to get in a car accident where June ends up dying while Carl is stuck in a wheelchair. Carl is filled with grief and loneliness. At some point, he discovers that he's able to revisit the memories from that day through June's paintings. The paintings are of people present on that fateful day, which means he could possibly change the outcome if he changes their actions. You will have to play the game to get the entire experience. It's almost like a movie experience. The art style is really unique with bright colors, and you will soon find out how much these colors actually mean. Like, what that the warm colors represents really like happy moments, uplifting moments, while the cold colors represents more depressed, sad moments. Now we come to the seventh and the last game on our list, Rakuen. It's like a fairy tale game, I would say. Rakuen means paradise in Japanese, at least if we can trust what I read online about this game. You play as this hospitalized boy. He doesn't even have a name, he's just called Boy, so he could be anyone, which is kind of interesting, and an interesting aspect of it. And he lives there full time, and his lovely mother visits him every single day. And he is traveling back and forth his boring hospital life and his fantasy world. It's like a parallel universe where it's connected through doors and entrances. You will understand what I mean when you see it for yourself. And he helps out his fellow patients in many different ways, and he kind of gives them some type of closure, and it's through these moments you will get sentimental, because I think you will, because I did. It's also worth mentioning that the game is centered around music a lot of the time. And it makes perfect sense because of the publisher Laura Shigihara. She's an amazing singer, you can find her on YouTube, and she actually made all of the music tracks herself. Rakuen has a really captivating story, so I really hope you take the time to play through this game. Now we've been through the entire list, yay! Let me know if you want to see any more videos like this in the future. And feel free to add me on Steam, the link is down below, and have a nice day!